Plains of Arafat reverberate as pilgrims chant Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik on performing Holy Hajj today. Capital's well-stocked cattle markets abuzz as customers express mixed reaction over price of sacrificial animals. Flood water on rise at 27 points in 17 districts among expected mitigation by first week of August. Standing by people in miseries, Awami-leag's tradition of 7 decades, says Party General Secretary Obaidul Kader. List of 51 online news portals to be published in first phase as the registration process begins, reveals Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. And with England-Ireland match, one-day international cricket returns to life after prolonged coronavirus recess. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. I'm Anika Ambreen. Those were the highlights. Now the details. The main ritual of the Holy Hajj was held at the vast plain of Arafat Maidan in Saudi Arabia today. The Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam and a must for financially and physically able Muslims at least once in their lifetime. This year's Hajj is being observed in a limited scale because of the corona pandemic. Only up to 10,000 people who are residing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are participating this year. The Hajj Khutbah was delivered at around 3:30 p.m. Bangladesh time from the Masjid al-Namira at the Arafat ground by the Saudi Imam on behalf of the Saudi King, called upon all by Muslims all over the world to remain united and increase devotion for the cause of Islam. The Hajj pilgrims attended at the Arafat Maidan this morning, chanting the takbir of Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, La Sharika Laha Labbaik, Innal Hamda wa Innamata Laka wal Mulk La Sharika Lah. Due to coronavirus, mask-clad, the smallest pilgrimage in modern history are performing the Holy Hajj this year, as the host Saudi is starving to prevent the outbreak. All the pilgrims will stay at Muzdalifah tonight and will throw stones to the symbolic devils tomorrow morning. Cattle markets across the country, including capital city Dhaka, observed huge numbers of buyers today as just one day left of Holy Eid-ul-Azha. Enough supply of sacrificial animals were seen at all the makeshift markets, but both the buyers and sellers expressed mixed reaction about the price. Many traders who bought cattle to Dhaka from different parts of the country said that price of the animals are lower than other time. They opined that many residents of the capital city will not be able to sacrifice animals during the Eid this year due to job losses amid the coronavirus pandemic. Many others have ventured into online marketplaces to buy cattle or decided to skip the ritual altogether in order to avoid the risk of infection. Market monitors estimated that the rate of cattle sacrifices will drop up to 50% this year due to corona pandemic. Meanwhile, huge numbers of people are buying cattle from the online marketplaces to avoid corona infection. Thousands of people were seen leaving the capital city Dhaka today for their village homes to celebrate Holy Eid-ul-Azha with their near and dear ones. A heavy rush of homebound people was witnessed at all the 3 inter-district bus terminals, Gaptoli, Saidabad and Mahakali Chadurghat launch terminal and Komolapur railway station. The official Eid vacation will begin from tomorrow as Holy Eid-ul-Azha will be celebrated on Saturday. Most of the homebound people started their journey after the office today. Traffic jam was seen at Dhaka, Tangail and Dhaka Mymensingh highways from the afternoon following additional pressure of vehicles. People were seen to follow health guidelines during the journey to avoid corona infection. The government deployed educate law enforcers at the terminals and different important crossings of the highways ahead of the Eid to ensure security of the passengers. The water level at 27 points of the 18 rivers are flowing above the danger level at different places of the country due to onrush of waters from the upper stream. As a result, hundreds of people have become waterlogged in the flood-affected areas. District administrations are carrying out relief activities to mitigate the sufferings of the flood-affected people. Meanwhile, weather forecast valid for the next 24 hours said light to moderate rain accompanied by gusty wind thundershower is likely to occur at most of the places as monsoon is fairly active over Bangladesh and moderate over the North Bay. Light to moderate rain with thundershower is likely to occur at most places over the Rangpur division. Besides, rain and thundershower is likely to occur at many places over Mymensingh, Sylhet and Chattogram divisions, at few places over Dhaka, Khulna, Rajshahi and Borishal divisions, and at few places over Rajshahi, Dhaka, Khulna and Borishal divisions, with moderately heavy to heavy falls at some places over the country. Awami-leag General Secretary Obaidul Kader has said standing by the people's misery and to extend the hand of humanitarian aid is the tradition of Awami-leag's 7th decade. He said this at a program of corona protection materials distribution and dry food distribution connecting through video conferencing from his government's residence in the capital today. Awami-leag Relief and Social Welfare Subcommittee organized the program at Party President's political office in Dhanmondi, mentioning that Awami-leag leaders and activists are working for the well-being of flood-affected people besides cyclone Amphan hit areas. Obaidul Kader said the Awami-leag is with every achievement of the country. It is also with the people during every natural calamity and crisis.
বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগ ও সহযোগী সংগঠনের নেতাকর্মীরা অসহায় কর্মহীন মানুষের পাশে দাঁড়িয়েছে মানবিক সহায়তা নিয়ে। করোনার পাশাপাশি ঘূর্ণিঝড় আম্পানে ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত এলাকা এবং বন্যা দুর্গত এলাকার মানুষের কল্যাণে দলীয় নেতাকর্মীদের মানবিক অংশগ্রহণ অব্যাহত আছে। দেশের প্রতিটি অর্জনের সাথে যেমনি রয়েছে আওয়ামী লীগ, তেমনি দেশের প্রতিটি দুর্যোগ সংকটে বঙ্গবন্ধু থেকে শেখ হাসিনা মানুষের পাশে রয়েছে। অসহায় দরিদ্র মানুষের আস্থার ঠিকানা পরিণত হয়েছে শেখ হাসিনার আওয়ামী লীগ। নানান সীমাবদ্ধতা সত্ত্বেও শেখ হাসিনা সরকার সংক্রমণ রোধ, চিকিৎসা, মানুষের সুরক্ষায় কাজ করে যাচ্ছে দিবারাত্রি। ঈদকে সামনে রেখে সংক্রমণের ঝুঁকি বাড়ছে। টার্মিনাল, ফেরিঘাট, পশুরহাট কোথাও কোথাও স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মানা হচ্ছে না বলে অভিযোগ রয়েছে। এ সতিল্য সংক্রমণের ঝুঁকি ভয়ানক পরিস্থিতি তৈরি করতে পারে বলে আশঙ্কা বিশেষজ্ঞদের। সংশ্লিষ্ট সকলকে ঈদ যাত্রা এবং ফিরতি যাত্রা করোনা কঠোরভাবে মোকাবেলা এবং বন্যার্তদের পাশে দাঁড়ানো, স্বাস্থ্যবিধি মেনে চলা, শেখ হাসিনার যে আহ্বান সে আহ্বানে সাড়া দিয়ে কাজ করার জন্য আহ্বান জানাচ্ছে।
Awami-leag President Member Begum Matia Chaudhry, Abdur Rahman Organizing Secretary S.M. Kamal Hussain, Relief and Social Welfare Secretary Shujit Roy Nondi, Health and Population Affairs Secretary Dr. Rokia Sultana and Deputy Office Secretary Saim Khan were present in the program. The process of issuing registration for online news portals has been kicked off. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said the names of almost 50 portals will be published today on the website of the Information Ministry. He said this today after joining an online program at the Secretariat titled Bangladesh Awami-leag in Tree Plantation. The Forest and Environment Committee of the Awami-leag organised the programme marking the Modi Bosho. The Information Minister said issuing the registration for online news portals is a continuous process. Political identities or any kind of lobbying will not be acceptable in this regard. Information Secretary Kamrun Nahar and Joint Secretary SM Mahfuzul Haq, among others, were present at the programme.
আমরা অনেকগুলো অনলাইনের ব্যাপারে রিপোর্ট পেয়েছি এবং সেখানে আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমরা আপাতত 50টির মতো অনলাইনের ব্যাপারে পজিটিভ রিপোর্ট পেয়েছি। সেগুলো আমরা আজকে আমাদের ওয়েবসাইটে আজকে রাত্রে সেগুলো আপলোড হবে, যেগুলোর ব্যাপারে পজিটিভ রিপোর্ট পাওয়া গেছে এবং তারা নির্দিষ্ট ফি জমা দিয়ে ঈদের পরে তারা রেজিস্ট্রেশন করে নেবেন। আর অনেকগুলো অনলাইনের ব্যাপারে নেগেটিভ রিপোর্ট এসছে, সেগুলো তারা যাদের ব্যাপারে নেগেটিভ রিপোর্ট এসছে তাদেরকে জানিয়ে দেওয়া হবে। সবার আগে সর্বশেষ সংবাদ পরিবেশন করার যে আপনার প্রতিযোগিতা, সেটি করতে গিয়ে অনেক সময় ভুল সংবাদ পরিবেশিত হয়, অনেক সময় অসত্য সংবাদ পরিবেশিত হয়। বিভিন্ন সময় কিছু অনলাইন পোর্টাল উদ্দেশ্য প্রণোদিতভাবে গুজব ছড়ানোর কাজে লিপ্ত হয়, অনেকের চরিত্র হননের কাজে লিপ্ত হয় এবং সাম্প্রদায়িক উস্কানি দেওয়ার কাজে লিপ্ত হয়। এই বিষয়গুলোকে মাথায় রেখেই তদন্তগুলো করা হয়েছে এবং যারা ইতিপূর্বে এগুলো করেছেন তাদের ব্যাপারে সেই ধরনের রিপোর্টেই এসছে। তো সেই রিপোর্টের প্রেক্ষিতে আমরা অনলাইন করে রেজিস্ট্রেশন দিচ্ছি। কারো কারো নাম বাদ পড়লে হতাশ হওয়ার কোনো কারণ নেই, কারণ ৩৫০০-এর মধ্যে মাত্র 50টি, আজকে হয়তো 50টির মতো নাম আপলোড হবে। সুতরাং আরও অনেকগুলো ধীরে ধীরে আপলোড হবে। এটি একটি চলমান প্রক্রিয়া, এটি শেষ করতে আমাদের কয়েক মাস সময় লাগবে।
Viewers, now a break. We will have more news, including international and sports, after the break. Welcoming you back to the news bulletin. The death toll from coronavirus in Bangladesh rose to 3,083 with the death of 48 more patients in the last 24 hours. Besides, 2,695 new cases were detected in the last 24 hours, testing 12,937 samples, taking the total cases to 2,34,889. Professor Dr. Nasima Sultana, Additional Director General of the Health Services, came up with the disclosure at its daily health bulletin broadcast from Noakhali. She also informed that 2,668 coronavirus patients made recovery during the period, bringing the total number of recoveries to 1,32,960.
24 ঘন্টা যে নমুনা পরীক্ষা হয়েছে তাতে শনাক্ত হয়েছে 2,695 জন। এ পর্যন্ত শনাক্ত 2,34,889 জন। 24 ঘন্টায় সুস্থ হয়েছেন 2,668 জন। এ পর্যন্ত সুস্থ 1,32,960 জন। 24 ঘন্টায় মৃত্যুবরণ করেছেন 48 জন। এ পর্যন্ত মৃত্যুবরণ করেছেন 3,083 জন।
The Dhaka South City Corporation DSCC has announced a budget of 6,119 crore taka for fiscal year 2020-21. DSCC Mayor Barrister Sheikh Fazlinur Taposh announced the budget at the conference room of Nagar Bhavan in the capital today. This is the highest budget of DSCC forever. Sheikh Fazlinur Taposh announced the first budget after being elected as the mayor of Dhaka South City Corporation. While announcing the budget, Fazlinur Taposh said it is planned to spend money in at least 17 development sectors, including integrated mosquito eradication activities to prevent mosquito-borne diseases. Removal of water-logging, modernization of Kamrangichor canals, recovery, parks and gardens, construction, making Dhaka city beautiful and aesthetic, acquisition of land on the banks of the Buriganga for construction of roads and parks, increasing entertainment services, modernization of the Central Children's Park at Sorawarduddan, and purchase of vehicles and equipment for waste management, added the mayor. Now, international news. Global coronavirus cases surpassed 17 million on Thursday, including more than 671,000 deaths, according to Johns Hopkins University. The US will see deaths skyrocket well into the multiple hundreds of thousands if it doesn't control the coronavirus pandemic, medical experts are warning. Russia reported 5,509 new cases of the novel coronavirus, pushing its national tally to 834,499, the world's fourth largest caseload. Officials said 129 people had died in the last 24 hours. India has registered more than 50,000 new coronavirus cases in the past 24 hours for the first time. The record surge of 52,123 reported cases took the national total to 15,83,792. Cases in African countries are much higher than official numbers suggest due to lack of data caused by factors including testing capacity and stigma, the International Rescue Committee said. China recorded more than 100 COVID-19 cases for the second straight day on Wednesday. Most new cases are in the western province of Xinjiang. Now news on sports. Ireland set a victory target of 173 runs for host England in the first ODI of the three-match series in Southampton. The Irish scored 172 runs for all wickets in 44 over 4 balls. Earlier, England won the toss and sent Ireland to bat first. With a match between England and Ireland, ODI cricket has returned after coronavirus pandemic. To end the bulletin headlines, once again. Fans of Arafat reverberate as pilgrims chant Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik on performing Holy Hajj today. Capital's well-stocked cattle markets abuzz as a reaction over price of sacrificial animals. Flood water on rise at 27 points in 17 districts amid expected mitigation by first week of August. Standing by people in misery's Awami-leag's tradition of 7 decades, says Party General Secretary Obaidul Kader. List of 50 online news portals to be published in first phase as registration process begins, reveals Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. And Ireland set a victory target of 173 runs for host England in the first ODI of three-match series in Southampton. And that's all from the news at the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our next bulletin that's coming up at 11:30. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
বন্যায় মাছ চাষীদের জন্য করণীয়। পুকুরের পাড় বানা বা জাল দিয়ে উঁচু করে ঘিরে দিতে হবে যাতে মাছ বন্যায় ভেসে না যায়। বন্যা কবলিত পুকুরে ছোট মাছ উঁচু স্থানে স্থাপিত অন্য পুকুর বা দিঘিতে স্থানান্তর করুন এবং বড় মাছ দ্রুত ধরে বাজারে বিক্রি করুন। পুকুর বা জলাশয়ের গভীর অংশে বাঁশের কঞ্চি ও ঝোপঝাড় দিয়ে মাছের আশ্রয়স্থল বানিয়ে দিন। পুকুর বা জলাশয়ের পাড় ভেঙে গেলে দ্রুত মেরামত করুন। বন্যার পানি নেমে যাওয়ার সাথে সাথে চুন প্রয়োগ করে পানি শোধন করুন এবং পোনা মজুদের ব্যবস্থা নিন। মৎস্য বিষয়ক যে কোনো প্রয়োজনে স্থানীয় মৎস্য অফিসের সহায়তা নিন।